I know you're complaining about your pool bills. My job at work, we have 4 air conditioning units on the store, and 3 of them are shot. We've been running on one compressor supposed to heat the entire building, the warehouse, and everything. Needless to say, the entire situation, not cool. Not cool at all.
So you're sweating your asses off, essentially.
Well, that too, yes.
Yeah. Well, you know what you should do is you should pull your coworkers together and start a podcast after you've sweat a lot, and you can call it Assless Chaps. Good night, everyone.
Studios presents Figure Action. That one's me.
You know it's bad when you hear shit getting knocked over in the background after you transition to the... Let's get a little background music going.
Oh, that hurt.
What's going on, everybody? It's Thursday night. It is 9 o'clock. And if you're watching us here live on YouTube, thank you very much. We love our audience. We wouldn't be able to do this show without all the great people that tune in each and every week. We got a whole bunch of people popping off in the chat already, and we'll greet each and every one of you as we get to that portion of the show. We'll be reading your comments and your questions and commentary, making you all a part of the show as we go. So don't be shy. If you're watching this live, pop into that live chat. And if you're not watching this live, you're part of the replay squad, and feel free to leave a comment. We do check the comments, and we appreciate every one of you who tune in even after the show has finished airing. While you're at it, slam that like button because it helps us out in the algorithm. And if you're not subscribed, maybe today is the day we earn your subscription. So if you do subscribe, ring that notification bell as well, because you never know when we're going to come out with bonus episodes like Figure Reaction. We have a lot of cool guests and industry folks that have been coming on, artists, and yeah, you never know what you're going to get. So you want to make sure that you're notified whenever we have that extra content. So without further ado, let's get into... Oh, actually, before we get started, if you want to help support the show, we have our link to the Teespring store in the link in the description below. We've got some really great prices on our merch. You're going to look good, and you're going to help out our show. And it's you know, if we see you rocking a Figure Action shirt at TFCon, we'll give you a hug, handshake, high five, whatever you want. But we really do appreciate everybody that tunes in and supports the show. So let's find out how everybody's doing. We'll start off with Dave. Dave, how are you doing this week? And did you pick up anything cool? Though I already know the answer.
Yeah, hepatitis C. No, I'm kidding. No, it's it's one of those times where work is chaotic and the toy flow has stymied a little. And I've got a couple reviews up on my channel. Finally opened up some of those retro figures, which I, spoiler, do like them a lot. I've got both Scarlet and Duke up right now for watching, as well as I opened up a Techno Viper. So I do have some good reviews up on my channel. Aside from that, I am Walking Dead. So, yay!
No, you know, sometimes it's those weeks where we just kind of kick back and appreciate what we got. I did a little bit of that. I'll save it when I get to myself.
You know what I do appreciate that we have though in this world? X-Men 97.
Oh,
You're not, dude. Seriously, Zero. If you are not watching that, you need to hand me your fanboy card. Needs to be.
I'm waiting for everything to finish so I can binge it all.
Well, no, dude, you are missed. That is literally half the experience of having to wait week after week after week. This is the 90s experience. You will feel that thrill. To binge it is going to dilute it. T-Man knows what I'm talking about here.
Only one more episode now.
But you know what I'm saying. I mean, come on.
You could watch them all now and then wait till next week to get the conclusion.
Yes. Because
yes, I agree with you.
If you have been reading X-Men comics in the last 25 years, and you know all the big shit that's happened. No, since the 80s, all the big shit that's happened, they go there. You don't think they're going to go there. And when you think that I'm talking about that they're going, you think they went there. Then turns out 2 episodes later, they go there. They go to the other there. You're like, okay, well, they're not going to go there. And then they go fucking there.
Don't spoil.
Just they went there.
I mean, I will watch it. I've been trying to get games in more than anything. It's like that's my. I've been savoring Akira Toriyama's last work. Sandland is the game nobody's talking about, and it's so good. It is such a good experience.
I had faith. I had faith. Just want to say, Junkion, I had faith. I wasn't naysaying it. And it's a great show. And now, who knows what's next? Spider-Man 98.
They probably will do that. Yeah, it'll be weird to see them actually throw punches in that show.
I can't say shit.
Punches, blood.
Yeah. That's the thing. Everybody's rose-colored glasses makes them forget that Fox censored any sort of form
and
of
that's
like.
The thing about X-Men 97, they don't.
Yeah.
They don't.
And they can cut limited cussing, like Simpsons cussing.
Oh. Okay.
Well, Rerail. Hi, everybody. I'm here. And I did pick up Hollow's Eve. Is her name right?
Hallows Eve, yep.
She's cool. I need to have a review up. Yeah. These faces, I had to figure out how to put them on, but I don't feel like I put them on right. And I know I'm forgetting something because these two figures I'm about to show I got recent. I know I bought some more stuff, but I did get Legacy United Gears, who is washed out due to my lights, and there you go. Put up the review today, and oh, I know what I got.
And that figure, without spoiling the review, ruined the other mini bots for you.
Yeah, pretty much. I think I might have showed the other thing last week, but I found this today at Target, and it's on sale. Yay!
I like him more than Starscream.
Silver.
I don't. I have one issue.
I don't have that issue of mine. That sucks.
No, I don't like him as much. He's not as dynamic at all. He's cool, and he's a cool update. And he's so big, he probably scales with Masterpiece.
Yeah, he's a little too small.
Next to like that Black Arachnia.
You can fake it, but like when you put him next to like Transmetal Cheetor, like if you have like the Transart one, that's
that.
Yeah. But I don't think he has the aesthetic because I'm really waiting on the Transarts one to come out because they've been killing it with their updates. Like I actually even like the Quick Strike they did.
It looks good. One thing I don't like is they didn't paint these teeth around this thing on the stomach. That looks boring. I mean, he has a bunch of paint back here, but I guess all the budget died there. But I am sure I bought something else.
Well, you got Starscream, or did you show him off last week?
I think I did. I think I bought him before the show. That might be what I'm thinking about. And I also got what's his name? Tombstone. That might show that.
I'm looking at a picture of Silverbolt from the show. He did not have those teeth. Those teeth parts weren't painted.
They weren't?
Nope, they're gray.
Maybe I'm thinking about the original toy.
Maybe because I know the original toy was missing a couple things.
I'm just saying the original, the animation model, those are gray.
Yeah,
I don't like it. They should have painted.
I only have two gripes with them, and those gripes are one, he can't look up, and no, they weren't painted on the original toy.
Oh yeah.
And I wish you could configure the wings over the shoulder. So if he could look up and you could configure the wings over the shoulder, I would be much happier with it.
Yeah, I was deceived about the wing thing because you see this pen right here, which has nothing to do with that.
It ain't nothing but a wing thing.
Yeah, but I was shocked that he actually has waist articulation.
Well, that's why he doesn't have the wings, because they the old toy didn't have the waist articulation because they swung down.
All right, the hips went up into his or something like that. How are you, Zero?
I'm doing all right. We got our pool opened, so I been working on all the fun stuff that goes along with that. So we found there were some wrinkles in the liner, which sucks because we paid a lot of money for that liner last year. So we got it priced what it might cost to fix it. I got to get a new ladder. We were getting chemicals, got a new test kit for it, but hopefully we'll be able to enjoy it next month. Hopefully the temperatures will kind of hang out. And I've had other maintenance stuff, like I had to replace the dehumidifier in the basement, which was not fun. I feel like those things only last a year for us, and I might have to replace the portable AC unit that we keep a portable AC unit in the bedroom because it's cheaper to run that at night to get the room really cold versus having to use the to cool down the whole house. But other than that, it's been an okay week. I might have some cool news to share next week. We'll see. We'll see how things play out. I can't really say too much. Hey, great to see you.
Artemis is here.
As I mentioned, I've been playing a bit of Sandland on I've been playing on PS5, and that was the last thing Akira Toriyama worked on, and it's a really cool game. It's this. I've never read the manga. I think there's a show that goes along with it, but this is my first exposure to it, and it's pretty cool. It plays a lot like something that would have come out on PlayStation 2 if I had to kind of say what it is. And basically, you get vehicles and you go around this desert, and it's kind of like what I imagined Borderlands was going to be before I actually played Borderlands. It's kind of like a beat 'em up vehicle combat game, and you play as this little devil kid, and you're basically trying to restore and save this desert. It's called Sandland because like water is like kind of gone away. It's anti-water world. Think of it that way. So been enjoying that, and I just like I said, I just a dry week for figures, so just kind of enjoying what I had. I did a show with Professor Savage Dad. We were talking alternators over on his channel and the history of those and kind of the evolution of alternators. He's a big alternators fan, had a bunch of them in box, and we had a good time talking about those and how, because he doesn't collect Masterpiece, we had a good time talking about how Masterpiece took over and how kind of the MP Sideswipe was one of the first things to really dethrone alternators in the. I clicked the wrong button on myself. So yeah, been a fun week, but happy to be here. Happy to talk toys. Before we do, let's highlight the chat, because again, chat's popping off. If you're watching us over here, hop into that chat. Don't be shy, because we're going to make you part of the conversation. So kicking it off, we got Toy Mafia first in, saying yo and yo, and shouting out
Thank
our dear
you for
friend.
every comment you put on my video, Toy Mafia. I appreciate it. I see it every time, and thank you so much.
Awesome.
Right.
Glad to see him here every week. It's almost in that 1 week too. He wasn't here. I was actually legit worried. I was like, we got Aquatechy popping in. Man, that Rodimus thumbnail is nothing but spoiler alert. Great all. We're gonna be talking about those because there's a lot to unpack with those. We got Antoine popping in, the man who runs Third Party Unlimited, does an awesome job over there. If you're not following Third Party Unlimited over on Facebook, make sure you are, because he has the most comprehensive news when it comes to third-party stuff. We source him a lot. So great work, my dude. We got Princeton in here with a hello. Princeton Failags in here with a hello. Good to see you, my dude. TF Hustler, party time. Let's go. Great to see you. The Titan, hail to the action crew. What you got, T?
This thing has like 3 joints that aren't used for anything. Is this a pre-tool? Like this chest comes for, it has
that's for clearance, because Pia didn't know what it did, but
yeah.
it just allows for clearance so you don't scratch the wolf head.
Well, you don't even need that. And then it has these 2 pins right here that do nothing.
Yeah.
And I just pulled those teeth off. So if I want to paint it, there we go.
You can take a Gundam marker and do it.
Yep.
Probably the best bet. We got Professor Soundwave saying, "Hello, team. What's cooking tonight?" Oh, we'll be talking about that new line coming, so stay tuned. We got Andrew, Wreck and Rain. Hey, fellas, good to see you. That's a cool tattoo you got there.
Both of them.
Both of them, yeah. We got D-Bang75 with a hey all. Good to see you. Mick Lattering saying good evening all. Good to see you.
D-Bangs, D-Moves. No.
We got
we'll see you.
We got Junkyard Crafts and Builds coming in here saying, hey, at least those game studios weren't closed. Not yet. That's the world of gaming is an interesting space right now. And it's funny. I had a lot to say about Games Pass, and people were telling me I was a hater. And now all of my concerns are coming to fruition with those Microsoft studios. So we got Cerrone Games Go saying, I still got to pick up Sandland for PS5. I recommend it. I really hope people support it. We got Sportimus in here, as we already highlighted, saying Pool Life and a hi to Dave. We've got Halia saying, sup, guys. Good to see you. Ridiculous Badger saying, sup, humans. Mariano in here with a hello, gents. We got Diesel in here saying, hail, everybody. Diesel was also on that stream with Professor Savage. That was good talking to him as well. And we got Antoine coming in here saying, just make sure to click on the newer page because the old page was literally hijacked by somebody in India. There. Oh, wow. I will make sure that I'm following the new one. And we got Stunning and Brave Megatron saying, sup. And Sportman's coming in with, I'm here as a question. I hope you're here. Hope you didn't get hijacked by somebody in India.
I was about to say that.
All right. Let's kick stuff off with the big one, the Shizuoka Hobby Show that kicked off. This was out of nowhere, and we got to see a brand new line coming from Takara Tomy. So there's some video here. Robot Kingdom provided this. Let's just kind of skip down to the pictures. First and foremost, they're doing a repaint of the Masterpiece Bumblebee.
Yay!
Yeah, I don't know if this is supposed to be the Revenge of the Fallen deco, even though it's because I remember when this came out, people were like, "Oh yeah, that's the concept." It wasn't the Concept 07 Camaro; it was the 09. So I don't know if this is supposed to be Revenge of the Fallen or if it's just, hey, people missed out on this. Here's a second chance, and here's.
I haven't played with that in a minute. It looked. I don't recall the original being too painted.
It wasn't. In fact, I just pulled it off the shelf on Sunday. When I was talking alternators and how everything bled into. We went from alternators, Human Alliance, Masterpiece. And I compared the Human Alliance Bumblebee with the Masterpiece one, and it definitely didn't have the paint. I like how this looks, but it's kind of a wait and see. I think the one that's on my shelf is kind of good enough, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, they did paint the door handles, which is nice.
The one on the shelf is free.
Exactly, and it came with the little Sam figurine. So,
it did?
Yeah, he came with the Sam Witwicky holding the Allspark. I mean, he was just a static little figurine, but
that might be in the box, and I totally deleted it out of my memory.
Probably is.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, you got your own little Shia LaBeouf.
This
you
is
can have it. You can have it with you when you watch your movies to have him cry at his favorite ones.
No.
That too.
But it's apparently coming this summer. So moving it along, there's better look at the car mode picked out in paint. We shall see. This one, so they're doing a retool of the Studio Series Crosshairs into this funky Optimus Prime. I don't know what this is all about. It's the Bingo Sports crossover.
It
I'm
works.
sure Zero will buy it because it's an Optimus Prime.
I don't buy every single Optimus Prime. But
Really?
But
Really?
you're gonna buy this.
No, I don't like this
Optimus
mold.
with a trench coat. Come on.
I just really don't like this mold. I mean, look, like the car is painted up real
You
nice.
bought him as a lunar lander.
Yeah, but that's a cool figure. Like this is a little deluxe. They're probably going to charge like $50 for, and yeah, I mean, like it's painted up real nice, but there's no reason for this to be Optimus Prime. They should have just made it an original character. And he's like, why is he the Last Night Age of Extinction Prime?
Because he gave up the Matrix and he's now Orion Pax. Matthew, he's now the Michael Bay Orion Pax.
That's still. You know, even I have limits with primes. And also just as a deluxe and with that paint, yeah. So
you know what? Everybody likes Optimus. That's why they did it.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah,
This is like the new alternative Optimus.
Yeah. Now had they done that, and Diesel, I used to, but I just really didn't like that truck mode. It was
and he was a pedophile.
Yeah, the Kiss player. Which Treebot actually just reviewed that. He did a really funny review. If you're not subscribed to Treebot, check him out. Then
Let's
we
talk
get into
about it.
Yeah. So this is interesting. So this is apparently, from what I've been reading, a collaboration between Takara Tomy and Flames Toys. So this is the first one they have, the AMT-01.
And it looks almost identical to their
So the question is
non-transforming
then,
figure.
is it going to be identical in the investment as well? Is this a $400 or $350 Sola Chogokin style transforming vehicle?
If it is, I'm not getting it.
Yeah, I would be OUT out. Now, what's interesting here is if you look at the hands, you can see the cuts for mushroom pegs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's painted to the nines. It looks like it's got opening and closing hands. It does transform. It comes with accessories, all the accessories you'd want for an IDW Rodimus. Does transform.
I
It's
like
a nice
that.
looking alt mode.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
But I think you mentioned something about that Leo convoy being a retool of the Legacy in our chat. So that means then this could also possibly not be die cast and just be really well done plastic.
Flames Toys does use good plastic. I mean, their model kits really improved from where they started to where they are now.
Right. Well, I'm just saying, imagine like Takara says, here's some pre-molds. What can you guys do with these molds as a basis?
Yeah. I think another aspect of this too is it beneficial to have a line? And I think it is, between Masterpiece and Generations. Something that isn't as expensive as Masterpiece, but appeals to collectors and doesn't have the complexity of Masterpiece. And I think that might be this.
I'm with you on that. I'm thinking this is literally to lure the third-party crowd, saying you're buying these Dreamstar figures, you're buying these stylized Hang Toy stuff. Well, we can do stylized too. Let me show you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's.
I mean, I love the mold that MMC did for their Rodimus, but like this robot mode is better. So, but I'm not necessarily seeing the articulation. You know.
Oh no, this is definitely a wait and see thing. But the thing is, it's not just this; it's what they've got lined up for this line. It's kind of everywhere.
And what they're teasing, like they're teasing this appears to be a Fall of Cybertron Triptychon.
I think that's not that. That's Rodimus.
That's Rodimus? Oh,
yeah,
crap. Never mind. I see it now.
No, but they are teasing a Predaking.
Yeah. Yeah, and apparently coming this summer. So, you know,
That's nuts.
we've seen a lot with Ginrai, so I think we can kind of skip past a lot of this. That they have like the prototypes of the truck. Let's get over to the
These guys?
well, we're gonna talk about the additional missing link guys because they went up for pre-order. And here people were saying that this is a retool and repurpose of that legacy Leo Convoy or Leo Prime.
Which it does look like.
But I think a lot of people's complaints with that was it kind of looked the lion head was a little derpy, it lacked the detail. So I think if they can do like kind of a middle ground between Masterpiece and you know the generations, because I've said multiple times that if Chug hadn't fallen off the wagon and they hadn't have done Combiner Wars and had that drop in quality, if they had just gone into Legacy, I probably never like the quality that we have now. I probably never would have collected Masterpiece.
So, opening bids on that Rodimus. Based on just on visuals alone. We don't know if it's die-cast. It could be die-cast. It could be plastic. T-Man, how much do you think they're gonna? What's your opening bid that they're gonna charge us for it?
I would love it to be 100 and below, but since it's Flames toys involved, I feel like they would do. Should be cheaper since Takara Tomy is involved, but Takara Tomy is expensive as well. So, hey, 150.
I got 150. Zero.
I think probably 100. I think they're gonna, yeah, and here's why. I think they're going to target, like, you know, you'd mentioned the lunar lander, right? And that was under 100, you know, depending on if you got the one that didn't come with accessories. The one thing I'm noticing, at least from that Rodimus, is it is light on the accessories, which I like. I don't like having a box full of accessories that, like, you know, T mentioned. Where's Shia LaBeouf? He's been in a box for how many years, you know? Mm-hmm. So do the meaningful accessories, paint it up. If it's a collaboration between Flames Toys and Takara Tomy, like, you know, and they're able to mass produce these things, that cuts a little bit of the cost out of it. But I think you're going to be paying for the paint primarily. And if this Leo Convoy is any, and who knows, these could all be like very extensive retools and repurposes.
Well, this looks like it's a different line because it's just called TF48.
Yeah, I mean it is its own line, and that's why I speculate, you know, that it is like that in between of mainline and Masterpiece.
What the car was already doing.
Yeah.
Y'all are blowing my mind. I'm gonna have to watch my review. I do not remember that child about coming with them.
Yeah, no,
I remember it. I remember one coming with a deluxe figure.
I'm still waiting for Zero's bid here.
Oh, and I said 100.
Okay, you said 100. You got 150. I'm actually gonna go out on the limb here. I'm saying 80. I'm thinking it's gonna be all very well plastic. It's gonna be really good plastic, but it's gonna be the size of a Voyager. So I'm thinking it's gonna be a really small, actually a small toy, or maybe not the size of a Voyager, a size of a deluxe even. But it's gonna be a really well crafted one that'll be charging Commander prices for it. So I'm saying 85.
Like 30, yeah, 30.
Yeah.
There's more pictures of them here too, and I'm curious, like, are these meant to compete with 30? Because, you know, the Flames Toys, they were running strong about like 6-7 years ago, and then they kind of dropped off.
Well, they haven't done a Fury thing. First of all, their Furies were, with the exception of Optimus, all like far left field design, field characters or designs. I mean, Bomber Megatron, he wasn't even in that mode for a year. You know, just no. it was I saw where they were going, but yeah, as you said, they lost all momentum. I'm actually kind of surprised Flame still has the license. I mean, they haven't released it. The last model kit I saw was that Soundwave and Devastator.
Well, they did. We did show that Ultra Magnus that they're doing with the huge.
Oh, right, they're doing the
Ultrams.
Ultra Magnus.
Yeah, but you know they were doing some interesting stuff with IDW, and then as you mentioned, they veered off into doing these kind of super stylized designs that really they were their own aesthetic, but they were extreme. And I when 3.0 first hit the scene, I made mention that I prefer that aesthetic because it's more cohesive, where it lacked identity. So I hope with this, that if they're going to go all in, make it cohesive, give it an identity, and have a vision for a display. Because if it's all over the place, then I don't think they're going to get much buy-in from fans. They're going to have people be a lot more choosy about what they pick up.
I'm with you.
And as it is now, it's like I have so much MMC. I've invested a lot in MMC.
Good company to invest in. I can't say I.
So if I were to replace my MMC Rodimus with this, is that a one-off? I don't necessarily want to, because it's a fun figure to handle. So it's really a wait and see for me. Like if this thing comes in and people are like, yeah, it's painted to the nines, but good luck messing with it, because it's you run the risk of scratching up that paint. What I want to do that, or I don't know. I really like having a figure that is it's a collector's piece, it's a display piece, but it doesn't forget at the end of the day it's a toy. And I'm very curious, because they did tease that Predaking. If it's a combiner, and again, I do like the MPG trains. I think they're fine, but Takara hasn't proven themselves with combiners for collectors. How's this going to fare, especially if it's painted up so well? Is it combine it once and hey, you got paint all over your table?
Valid.
$100, it ain't a toy.
Okay.
And then what's the hardware going to be like? Because I know I have Feral Rex still, and that thing is not as stable as it used to be. So,
all right. Next.
All right. Well, next up, we're going to look at, we glanced at them real quick, but the Missing Link line is continuing. And these went up for pre-order this week. You can get them off of most major toy stores and Amazon Japan. Cliff Jumper and Bumblebee.
I pre-ordered immediately on Amazon Japan, which seems to be cheaper, and they might drop the price. They seem to always drop the price.
Yeah.
Anyway, but they are expensive, and it's looking like and rumored that they may be fully die-cast, because that he's fully painted, and they did not used to be fully painted. They weren't painted at all.
I just wish there were head options.
That's what who was it? Sony or Henry said that yesterday, but I was like, the whole experience is supposed to be the G1 toy.
Yeah, but they did the anime version of Prime, and for what they cost. Now, if you remember, they did do an update of Bumblebee that had a more tune-accurate face, which
They might do that if they like making money. They get you to buy this first, and then, by the way, here comes the anime face.
Yeah, they're gonna take a page from Todd McFarlane. You want that other head? Just buy another figure.
Yep, $50.
I will say, of the two, Cliff Jumper actually impressed me more.
Yeah.
I think what I don't like about him is one of the pictures, if you have it in here, from the side with him holding his cannon.
Oh, yeah.
Right there, the way the stomach comes out. It looks so weird. Whereas Bumblebee is just round.
They do look like the artwork come to life.
That's true. But
yeah, this has always been a dream come true for me. I used to wish that they had this articulation, and now blank.
that is the
There
box
it
art
is.
picture, by the way.
Yep.
That is cool.
I think that was their goal, to make sure they were able to do that.
That was like way, way, way back when Unique Toys was doing their first Legends figures, and they had those. They had Galvatron, Scourge, and Cyclonus, which I think I sold those to UT. And I did my video for those. I actually put them in the box art poses.
Oh yeah.
But yes, I am passing on these because it's cool. It's definitely a novelty piece, and I am not the person who would appreciate that novelty. But it sounds like you are their intended audience.
Yeah.
If they do a Megatron, I'm gonna get that to go with the Prime.
Do you know if Japan released these in boxes or hardback?
That I'm not sure. And you bring up an interesting point because there's no packaging pictures here. Let me fact check that real quick.
I haven't seen any. So I've been wondering. I have a feeling they're going to come in a box.
Yeah, they came in boxes. So they actually came in.
I've never seen those.
Somebody on Reddit posted it here, but yeah, that's what. So expect more styrofoam, which I gotta admit, like when I opened up that Prime, that was a cool feeling.
Yeah, somebody was complaining about it. I was like, ugh.
Yeah, they're like, it's not friendly for the environment. It's like, shush, you're keeping the box. Don't act like you're not. And also, it does protect the paint really well. So
now I wonder if they're going to put pictures where they're in a pose that they can't do, like Optimus Prime.
I mean, he can definitely do this pose.
Yeah, Optimus can't do this pose right here.
Yeah.
Just like the original box art, Optimus couldn't do that.
Okay, this I'm interested in.
Yeah. Yeah, the Predaking. Yeah.
Especially because that looks like the one from Call of the Primitives.
It does.
AKA
I do see
the
that.
best animated episode of the entire damn 1980s run. I don't care. Fight me for it, even if the ending fucking sucked. Just hit the reverse button. But I don't care. That first battle was absolutely everything I ever wanted in Transformers, and I got it.
Also, too, for people that were arguing about the scale of Skylinks, he was definitely Dinobot size in that episode, which is how I justify my MMC Skylinks on my MP shelf. I think the people that did that episode, the animators, were the same ones that did the movie, if I'm not mistaken.
They were. That's why the Matrix, and they used a little bit of unused footage from the movie for when they had the Matrix launching. So,
let's look at this. So last week we looked at this guy a little bit. YOLO Park is doing, and I don't know why they're doing the robot mode for Ape Link.
It's an easy rebuild.
Well, that's the weird part. Is I guess it's a pre-tool for when they do the larger scale Primal.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we get a better look at him. I wish he had transformed in the movie, since he's basically just a grungier version of Primal. But yeah, I mean this looks neat. They're doing display bases for him. That's way more dynamic than what you're getting with the Prime and Megatron. I like that.
Yes and no.
Well, yeah, it doesn't look like it has the port on it for a stand, which sucks. But they could in that little crater. That would be, and then just move the Maximal symbol. Also, too, I don't know why he doesn't have posable hands in this scale. Because this posable hands on the Prime and the Megatron are really nice.
We don't. Does it say if those hands are posable or not?
It doesn't look like they are. It looks like they're
Megatron
static.
has 2 static hands and a posable set of hands. I mean, it looks good.
Yeah.
Flat out. This, like, I would get this, and I probably would get more entertainment out of owning this than owning a copy of that movie. It looks absolutely vicious. I love the shoulder cannons because I don't think he had shoulder cannons in the Primal used his shoulder cannons.
He did not.
So the wrist blades look awesome, and yeah, I mean this looks. This is what. Here's my problem with stuff like this. It looks better than what came out in the actual media, and I look at it and think what could have been, and that's why I have a love-hate relationship with figures like these.
No.
I mean, the blades on the wrist, the cannons, and all that. Like I said, he just looks more vicious.
It's also based off of concept art, and I will say that the concept art that they tend to do lately is, in some cases, better than what you actually see on the screen.
Yeah. Like I said, this is a whole... This... I love it, but I hate it because, again, it's the whole what could have been, what we should have gotten, what we could have gotten.
Yeah.
I like the idea of this.
Right.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, T. I think they should have done just the gorilla mode first, because then they also could do that for Primal. But I think this ultimately, I say that, but I think this ultimately will sell better just because it's cooler looking and people tend to like bot modes. Because if you have like the gorilla on there, oh, who's that? Oh, it's Ape Link. He died in the first 2 minutes of the movie. You know. Versus, this is Ape Link, how he would have looked if he was a robot. It's more of a conversation piece.
I do have a Sideways figure.
We're going to be talking about him, too.
All right, next.
All right, and we get a look at the Mayhem Attack Chop Squad. This is that Amazon exclusive, and we got some in-hand pictures of them. And I have to say, they actually are shaping up pretty good. Chop Shop here, for being a shrapnel remold, looks really nice.
Are these the Japanese pictures?
I'm not sure who got these. They're at Not Rab.
This is the one that impresses me more because it's just literally you flip the torso around.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a clever way of doing it.
And I like how they have the guns configured too.
But I mean, he still has the bombshell, but in this case, retooling it by flipping the torso around. That's good.
Bonus, you get butterfly joints now.
True.
And hollowness in the front.
Yes, you do get the...
They look better than they should. That's all I'll say.
And
I pre-ordered one of them at least.
Yeah. This is the pack I want. You know, like I really want to focus on Generations for stuff I'll never get. You know, Masterpiece.
Yeah.
Wait, did both of those come in the pack?
Yep, they're together.
Oh yeah, well I pre-ordered both of them then.
Yeah, then the other one was like a Walmart exclusive, I think.
There's two sets of Amazon exclusives. There's
the kickback.
Oh, the Target exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was part of that 5-pack. Or was he a 4-pack? I think it was a 4-pack, yeah, for the Buzzworthy line. And then you get the little Minotaur guy. But yeah, looking good. Those are, I think, due out in July, or probably sooner, probably the end of June.
Titan said there was a movie.
Yes, last year.
And Air-Razor's robot mode was breathtaking, just like
yeah. I couldn't believe it when Cobra Commander jumped out there.
I know. Well,
to save Optimus about it.
It's funny you mentioned that. I when I was doing news, we missed a piece of news. They did announce on the 11th that they're moving forward with the G.I. Joe Transformers crossover movie with Lorenzo Di Bonaventura as producer.
Yeah.
All I want them to do is break out that Cobra Commander costume from Retaliation. That was not a good movie, but goddamn it, the guy who in Cobra, I could watch that guy walk as Cobra Commander across the room menacingly all fucking day because that guy when he wore the suit, he knew exactly what he was doing.
They had more fun in that movie because that movie just it was corny, but it didn't take itself too seriously. Because like the first movie suffered because they were trying to be super serious. Then you get to robot sharks, and yeah, that's G.I. Joe, but it's just like don't try and be super serious and then show me robot sharks.
I like the first movie.
I love
watched
the first
it multiple
movie
times.
all up until one line. And they had to fucking say, "You in what army?" Why, this one.
I mean, the cast had good synergy for what it was. Ray Park was a great Snake Eyes.
Baroness was hot as hell.
Yeah, they had all the elements. They just didn't know. They didn't know how to polish it, I guess.
That's what I was hoping that they would do a G.I. Joe standalone movie first. But they feel like they need the strength of the Transformers.
Well,
how well did that work for Batman in the Snyderverse?
Right.
no.
I mean, the first Transformers basically was G.I. Joe and Transformers, but they didn't call them G.I. Joe.
Oh, the first 3 movies. Nest should have been G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
All of Nest.
Bumblebee could have been a good point, like giving John Cena's character like the go ahead.
Didn't see it.
Nobody did, but he at least had the best line of the movie. There is a fan stream coming up on Tuesday on the Hasbro Pulse YouTube channel. No idea what's going to be revealed. Maybe we'll finally see that Commander class Optimus that we've been, I feel like we expected to see that before Swoop, and then they were like, no, we'll show you Swoop. But, I think that's the only thing in the pipeline that they really haven't shown.
All right,
so
cool.
I'm sure it'll be
Transformers. Space Bridge reveal yet either, was
I thought he was, but he was like in a really earlier one. Like he was like in a Space Bridge reveal, like the middle of last year when they said, "Yeah, we're doing a studio series," and I bet they'll do Megatron as well. They'll just be like, "Look, he's a tank, but the robot mode is faithful," and maybe we'll see
Springer. I think it's going to be Springer.
Galvatron as well, because remember they said they were doing another Galvatron, even though you can go into any Walmart right now and find unsold Kingdom Galvatrons, or not Kingdom Galvatrons, Legacy Galvatrons.
And Blitzwings.
Yeah. So.
All right.
All right.
Walmart, you can still find freaking Toxitron leader class.
I've never seen him in there. That's like what gets me is,
You need to take a trip just to scratch it off your list and go to the Randallstown Walmart.
Yeah,
they still have everything in there.
Go south, the southern stores. So since Dave mentioned Sideways, we'll show this. This is a company I'm not familiar with. Tianyi is doing a masterpiece scale Revenge of the Fallen Sideswipe, and I have to say I like the Studio Series one quite a bit.
Please.
Sideways. Thank you. I had Sideswipe on the brain because I really want somebody to do a good Studio Series, or not Studio Series, but at least masterpiece version of him. There he is with a painted head sculpt. There's the car mode, and there's the robot mode. It looks good, but I err on the side of caution for anything that's not an MPM or Unique Toys these days.
It looks accurate enough that when he rolled through the window.
Right. It's a shame he doesn't split in half. Like they couldn't like use some super strong magnets to we'll let you split him down the middle.
Yeah.
Or put a shell in the box.
Yeah. But it's a wait and see. I do have the Metagate, the KO Metagate Drift that's appropriate scale. Larkin put a site called what are they called? Robot. Bear with me. I'll tell you the name of them. They're a new site that has stuff dirt cheap.
It's not dirt cheap.
It is dirt cheap. I mean it is
store dirt.
Yeah. Shoot, I don't have the name of the site. If I remember it, I will share it. But they had the KO Metagate Drift that's appropriate scale for $54 shipped. So I was like, okay, I'll roll the dice on that. Going into our third-party stuff, we get a look at the So if you missed out on the MMC Defensor or any of the pieces, they're reissuing certain members in toy colors. This is the Navigant alternative. And there he is. I prefer the tune colors.
That head is weird AF.
Yeah. Car mode looks nice at least, but yeah, I'm with you on that, T. I do not like the toy head sculpt on this.
Henry has the full release hot spot in hand right now.
Yeah. Hey, Raisin's good to see you in here. And Jedi Mindset, also good to see you as well. He said, would love an MP Sideswipe. Got just about all the versions of except for the Human Alliance. I still have the Human Alliance one. It's the site. So this is, you can get this guy on the Chosen Prime. It's Alpha Toy Base is the site that Larkin recommended to me.
That's definitely different than a robot something. Okay.
Yeah. Well, they're based out of Austin, Texas. So he said they were really fast. Though when I pre-ordered that drift, or when I ordered that drift, they're like, "Oh, actually, it was a pre-order. We're getting our site together." And I was like, "Oh." Then we get a look at their Medicus. Again, very very toyetic on the head.
Again, I like this is going to be a solid combiner. You're going to be very happy with it. You know what you're getting, and MMC, like I said, they've got a solid track record for it. Yes, you have to be patient, but everything comes out proper in the end. You know, I can count MMC disappointments on one hand. You know,
same, yeah, and I own a good bulk of their figures, and the other thing about MMC is that if there's a QC issue with the figure, they'll make it right for you. Like they'll send you parts, even if you buy it secondhand. Those my Feral Rex had really bad knees, and they sent me the parts for free. So we also get 2 more toy versions of characters, and this is interesting. They're doing Runabout and Runamuck in their what they call the youth versions. You get alternate accessories because if you remember, the original Throttlebots didn't have arms that you could use. So shoulder cannons, you get the you get a little oil can as well. They are coming at a markup though. Granted, this is Prime.
Of course, you're paying extra for them to mark it up.
And this one is where I think a lot of people are concerned because they're doing Fury, and look what he still has. Still has that friggin' hole in the chest. I do really like the toy deco for this guy.
Oh, toy deco looks great, but if they don't fix the core issue of it, aka
get a repro label.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I already have the Toon version. I'm happy with it, save for the fact that it's got the QC issues that everybody else had. I mean, I'm just fortunate that on mine, I got lucky and nothing broke and nothing was stressed and none of the pins were shot through incorrectly. So I can live with a seized hip, a loose arm, and you know.
That's called being over 40.
Yeah.
Matt was lucky besides the thing not actually the body tabbing together securely.
And mine does that. So I'm, again, he just stands on a shelf. He looks great. He can pose. And yeah, I agree with Sportimus here too. Just give me a Knight Rider repaint of the white one.
Oh, just wait for Hasbro's Knight Rider collab. It's coming, you know.
That runs us through our third-party stuff. So now we can get into the non-Transformer stuff.
Yay! I hate Transformers.
I'm awake.
As I keep playing with them all day.
Let's talk some Marvel news first, because I'm sure both of you guys are going to have a lot to say about this one. So the Target exclusive, the 85th anniversary Warbird figure pre-order went live.
There ain't much to say. It showed up early and sold out twice as fast.
Like John Cena we were just talking about.
Yeah. I'm hoping she'll appear in stores. From what I've been hearing from my own elite sources, what's going on is you're not going to be seeing figures in Ross probably anytime soon, because all the big box stores are now cutting their orders down. So there'll be less chance of that. So scarcity is going to be higher, which is hopefully to put demand up higher, because last time they just saturated everything with poor quality figures. Now they're doing the opposite.
So Hasbro isn't going to still make as many as they normally make?
Well, it's not that Hasbro isn't making it, it's that Target isn't ordering it.
I think the problem, though, is that Target and Hasbro should, not just Target, but the retailers and Hasbro need to come together to say, hey, can you slow your roll a little bit?
Well, it's also, you got to. They would just started shipping wave after wave after wave.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like they already slowed down, because we normally would have so many waves of stuff by now.
Right. No, this year they are slowing down. And now all of a sudden,
we only have one Build-A-Figure this year so far.
Which I love that. Because, yeah, we're getting all these retro card figures, which we're then buying at $25 each. We're now being conditioned, but those $25 figures are better, which is good. And now all of a sudden, then we'll get a Build-A-Way figure that's still $25, except also has a Build-A-Figure. Added value to it. Might not have as many accessories, but now it's a Build-A-Figure. So they're doing it smart.
I'm hoping since she's a girl, she's going to be on the shelf. Like, I saw that Black Widow multiple times before she disappeared.
I never saw her down here in North Carolina. Never saw her once on the shelf. The only time I saw her is when Mike was able to hook me up with one.
Yeah, she was even on clearance here. So we'll let you know.
I don't know that we're getting low quality figures so much as I think the quality's gone up.
No, quality's absolutely gone up.
You know, but I worry about this. I worry about, like, look, they're trying to fix some of the issues they have with stuff going to this, to discount stores, but they're also feeding the secondary market. Like, there's got to be a balance. Like, I just wish they could take that NECA approach with, hey, look, if we see something's really popular, we'll do another run of it.
But that's the thing. They're also sort of they're also rolling that out now with those MCU Evergreen figures. So yes, they are working on that. But they also want to keep the value for the new stuff coming through. It's a delicate balance. And NECA's a little different, because NECA doesn't do waves of 5 at a time. NECA, you get a figure out that month.
Mm-hmm. Though I will say Hasbro needs to utilize Pulse a lot better. They have their own store. I've been a member for 3 years now. Well, actually, when did Unicron come out?
2019.
Yeah, so I've paid for a membership for 4, well, going on 4 years, because come July they're gonna ask me to re-up. They were nice enough to give everybody that backed Unicron a membership, or I think anybody that initially came in a membership. But it's really hard to see the value proposition. And I think if they're like, look, if you're a member of our site, you can, there's an opportunity. And yeah, I think what Jay's saying is absolutely correct. The wait for it to go in clearance, wait for it to go to Ollie's, and that doesn't help either. But I think Hasbro really needs to be aware of that, and that's like where NECA thrives, because the only place you'll ever see a NECA figure on clearance is at a random Walmart that just doesn't know what to do with it and doesn't know any better.
But again, though, NECA doesn't do waves of 5. Doesn't do. You get a Predator out this month. Next month, you might get something from a different genre that you don't collect. Then a couple turtles come out.
They'll hit you with those 4-packs, though, and that sucks.
Yes, but well, 2-packs. I've been seeing a lot of 2-packs now.
Yeah, they did the Mirage 4-pack.
The
That was the last.
Yeah, that Mirage.
Yeah.
You know, though, in about 2 years, that Mirage, we're gonna get individuals for those Mirages coming out.
Oh, for sure, because they know that they don't want the secondary market to eat their lunch, and I think that's
They did
the
Green Turtle 4-pack as well.
yeah, and then they do exclusives like they did the Coming Out of Her Shells tour, and then they did the Bebop, Rocksteady, Baxter, and who else is a human? That
right.
Jack
Yeah.
Kirby.
But anyway, with this right now, all I can say is now Target is 3 for 3 on fucking up exclusives from the ATV, the classified ATV, Carnage, and now this. That's 3 for 3.
Well, we got another exclusive to talk about.
Yeah,
this one's a Walmart one.
And oh god, this now there's a better chance of this online because god damn it, I want this.
Yeah,
T-Man, you need this.
So let's go to how he looks in the box, because yeah, retro card back Venom
with it's a combination of the Omega Red body, but also has the ball peg torso, so kind of like the Renew Your Vows design. And this with that head, like that, the non-tongue head, that is exactly like Spider-Man 300. The cool part is though, if you have the other Venom from the other 3-pack, like I do, actually, dang it, no, those butterfly joints are even more extreme than the other Venom. Now that I look at it.
I think the one I have doesn't have butterfly joints.
Which one do you have? Is yours the one with the wings?
The one with the big ass Eddie Brock head.
Yeah, I think that's the one that Cerrone Games goes talking about here. He says, "I'm happy with the 3-pack Venom with the Eddie human head sculpt." Yeah.
Well, the thing with that one though is that can actually work as a transition Venom because it also has tendrils coming out of his shoulders to fill the plugs for the Omega Red shoulders. So like, look at these arms though. I love the symbiote lower arms. They are still pegged. That's the only thing. I mean, they are still pinned. That's the only thing this thing has against it.
Are the lower arms reuses of the movie Venom?
No. I'll tell you 1 second.
They have a new sculpt.
Yeah, I
the movie
see.
Venom didn't have all that. Well,
Yep.
I think so. Isn't movie Venom pinless?
No, actually, those are the same. No, those are the same arms on. Those are the same lower arms for this guy. This is the 3-pack Venom right here. Except you see how he's got the tendrils on the shoulders for the plugs. He's got filled-in shoulders, and he's got the, like I said, he also has the ball torso.
Yeah, and this is a massive figure too. So $25 is.
It's the same size as this guy.
Yeah.
Which, if you have this Venom, this is a fantastic Venom. It's just if you missed out on this Venom, this is definitely the one to get.
Yeah. My only thing with him being in the retro card back, I kind of wish they did that, and they did it on the one where they did the red and blue shading. I get most people wouldn't want that, and probably are already like, hey, I bought that VHS one, so.
I always hated the way he looked on that animated series.
I liked it, but again, that was literally for me. That was my first exposure to the character, so
Oh, such a child.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it got me buying books. It got me buying games.
I didn't read the comics, but just the way his lips looked hideous,
yeah,
and
right there. Yeah.
God, this is such a fun figure.
I always liked it because I remember like thinking that you could put on 3D glasses and he'd pop out when you were watching the show, but then it didn't work.
Mm.
And yeah, and then
I think we actually have a better chance of buying this online, though. That's the one thing.
Well, Walmart also is actually not the worst with their exclusives. I mean, there's multiple Walmarts around, and when they get exclusives, they tend to have an end cap.
They never show up down here. I never saw a Shadow Tracker in stores. I never saw any of the Night Force stuff in stores.
I never saw Shooter, any of the
I did.
Night Force.
I will say I can concur. I never saw any of that, and then I also didn't see any of the last G2 wave at all. I saw what was his name? Cloud. Oh, I saw him once. Cloud cover.
Starback, Crimson Guard,
Yeah.
multiple times.
Yeah, they even
Never
went on
saw that
clearance.
down here. The only time I got that, you had to buy that for me, Zero.
I
never
got one
showed
for
up.
you and for Mike.
But yeah, that never showed up down here in North Carolina.
Yeah,
So-
they're very weird with
What's
But
the
their
one-
website, but again, their web presence is a little better, so I'll give them that.
Unless it's a third-party seller.
Speaking of G.I. Joe, let's get into a little teaser. So,
Dang it, God, how much I like this.
I know Mike was really excited about this. It looks like they are teasing, and this comes from Laser Pants 81.
Yes, Laser Pants, not Viper Island.
So, possible Nemesis Enforcer here.
They have like a
Just
new
ahead.
name for him now.
Nemesis Immortal.
Yeah.
So curious if they end up doing the wings. I guess this would probably end up as a deluxe figure.
I could see that. If they do a deluxe, they could give him the wings, and they could those. You remember he also came with those weird tentacle backs too, for no reason whatsoever. Was never even used in any media.
He'll have might have longer extendable thing on the back of his elbow, the spike, and different hands, fist, claws.
I could see it as I could absolutely see this as a deluxe.
And
It's gonna have to be.
for
He's
point of reference.
Isn't he like bigger than Serpentula in the movie?
I recall because I mean I just remember him having that huge wingspan.
God, that was a horrible figure.
Yeah, everybody was the same scale back then, right?
Yeah.
That's probably why Mezco is like it is. Everybody's the same scale. Even Roadblock.
He's kind of cool in the new Skybound comic. I'll give him that.
I hope that they announce a trade paperback for that. I've got my trade paperback for Transformers coming in next week, I think.
I'm still trying to make a judgment if I like the Skybound stuff. It's definitely different, which is good. It's unpredictable, which is good, but I still don't know if I like all the directions they're going with it. So.
Yeah,
but it's catching me off guard. It's compelling me. I'll give it that.
I've been tempted to read it digitally, but I want to have the book, and I just the one day I did go to a comic shop, they didn't have the first few issues, and we have a really big comic chain here. Well, I should say it's in Annapolis, so it's a heck of a drive, but I still follow them on Facebook. Like, oh, we got the trade paperback in, which I thought was street dated. And also, they restocked all the initial issues. So, but I'll see. I also like the idea of having the trade paperbacks.
Understood.
So, because it's cool to have them all in one clip, and I also like the hand feel of a trade paperback better than individual issues for what it's worth. Really like a hardbound, but in time.
But yeah, Laserpan's got his hands on these, and I think it's definitely, again, sparking a fire, because once again, this also means Cobra Law, which then
what if they do the Cobra Law 3-pack? I would hate for them to do that, because it would probably be as a SDCC exclusive and
but the worst part is that would be or at least a PulseCon exclusive.
Yeah.
I hate to say that would absolutely be a perfect PulseCon exclusive. Actually, it wouldn't be a 3-pack; it'd be a 4-pack, because then you also need to have the Cobra Law Trooper.
That's true. The originals came as a 3-pack,
right?
If I remember correctly. They do that homage, but
oh god, no! It would be a 3-pack and a 2-pack. Globulus, Pythona, and a Trooper. Sorry, Nemesis, Pythona, and a Trooper, and Globulus with all his gear and a Trooper. That's probably what it would be. either way, we'll see how they go with this.
Yeah. Going to make for a great display with Serpentor as well. So, all right, let's hop over to some. Well, actually, let's look at something that is a little bit unusual before we go over to Star Wars, because this caught my attention. This wasn't on my radar till Mike actually found this, and I don't normally mess with Reveltech, but I'm a massive fan of the Ninja Gaiden games.
Oh,
And,
Reveltech's been kicking it up serious this year. That Moon Knight, I promise they've jacked their prices up big time.
No.
They used to be about $80, now they're $120. Because I want that Moon Knight of theirs so bad. And is this? The only thing is, this is not Amazing Yamaguchi.
It says it right here, isn't it?
Oh, never mind. You're right.
Yeah,
never mind.
The only thing that again, this is just the teaser image. I really wish that his little sash was like a cloth with wire in it, because you can see right here there's a ball joint or a universal. Oh, yeah. I know that's their thing, but between that and the price, God, I'd love for somebody like Storm to do this with all the blood effects and everything. It's a huge part of the games.
Storm would do a decent one, but it won't hit the moves like a Yamaguchi will.
No.
That's the big thing. A Storm is going to be a heavy figure, and
1,000 toys.
Yamaguchi is going to be. You could do all these ridiculous mid-air poses, and then just plug the stand in them, and it will just stay in that pose forever.
Yeah, I don't know. Like from this teaser, Mike, I think these proportions look spot on to Ryu, and I think it works well because he's like mostly wearing black leather, so you're not going to see a lot of the breakup. I think 1,000 toys could do it well, but I think Storm, I would like to see what they could do, because of what they did with the Mortal Kombat ninjas. But you're right, it's not going to be as dynamic as it needs to be for this character who's wall running. And
1,000 toys would make a perfect one, and it would cost $200.
Yeah. Destro777 says Ninja Gaiden could be a nice project for Jay. I want Jay to snag up as many game licenses. Take those Sega licenses away from Jazzwares, please.
Let's see what they did. Let's have them complete one line first.
Yeah, that's true too. And a lot of people, we never really got to discuss it, but a lot of people were speculating about Mortal Kombat, and I misplaced that tweet. One of you guys had shared it in the private that WB put a pause on the Mortal Kombat license for a whole year. And
I think it's because they're trying to get MK1 to get popular, because I dropped off that game.
Yeah, it's too grindy for its own good.
It's just not fun.
Yeah.
It felt like Street Fighter 5 for me.
Did you go through a complete version of the I forget what they call their
one of their seasons?
Yeah, I went through the first one, and that was enough for me.
It was too damn grindy.
Yeah, it's the same. It's like you go to an area, it's the same 4 fights over and over and over, and then it gets super cheap, and it just wasn't fun. And
no.
I said earlier, is like WB Games makes EA and Ubisoft look consumer friendly.
What made it so bad is because normally WB Games, everything up until the last Injustice game was just a damn good time.
Well, the Injustice 2 and Mortal Kombat 11 both had the same problem with unlock cosmetics to build up a character, and then I was a little happier with Mortal Kombat 1. It was just cosmetics, and it wasn't, grind to win. But at the same time, it's just like Mortal Kombat was never about the grind prior to the crypt that they put in Mortal Kombat X. Mortal Kombat 9 was just perfect. Everything about it was perfect.
I'm with you on that.
And then Mortal Kombat X comes along, and it's like, oh, hey, we have a new version of the crypt, but it's kind of a grind fest. And I didn't even bother with the crypt in that game. And then Mortal Kombat 11, I like the concept of running around in a little 3D environment. It's like, okay, hey, this reminds me a lot of Deception. And no, it was not. Yeah, they just thrive off the microtransactions and yeah, it's just I like Mortal Kombat 11 from a gameplay perspective though.
Yeah. But anyway, next. Or move on. We
yeah.
rerailed. You gotta rerail.
Yeah, let's get into some interesting Star Wars stuff. First, we got the Hasbro offerings, and I think this is pretty cool. Oh, let me copy the right link here. This first one is pretty cool for anybody that missed out on the original Palpatine. Why is this link not copying? All right, I'm just going to drag the tab over because for whatever reason it's not cooperating. But I think this is really cool. This was revealed for Revenge of the 6th because we were in May the 4th, and you know. First one up is they're doing a Palpatine Enthroned. There's a Jedi Survivor 3-pack as well. These are both Amazon exclusives. So you get your droid fodder from Jedi Survivor, which I still need to beat. And if you missed out on Palpatine with the throne, you get a second chance.
I did.
I didn't miss because I didn't shoot. But cool. I'm happy for those that people are getting it. And I like the fact that it's a hybrid of soft goods cape, but the solid cloak head. So that way you can actually have them look properly.
I might need to sell my Star Wars stuff.
But it looks good.
I'm good on Star Wars stuff. Like I think I have everything I would want, other than I do need a Han and a Chewie. For whatever reason, I don't have Han and Chewie, but I have all the other characters I'd want.
I had them from before they started looking good.
Yeah, I'd like a better looking Leia, but that's about it. Like,
Good. Feel the hate, the fan hate flow through you with ultimate power. Okay.
Yeah.
I got that out of me.
Droids look good. We don't have our big Star Wars aficionado, but I'm pretty sure that if Matt saw these, he'd probably say pass.
I heard the super droids are pretty good.
All the droids, like, that's where they thrive, really. Like, I've never handled a Black Series droid that I didn't think was fun. I'd love for them to do a deluxe droidica. If they did a deluxe droidica and it transformed, I would be like, okay.
I forgot what the droid with the cloak thing on. That one is really good.
Yeah. Let's see there. Yeah, with the soft goods.
Mm-hmm.
There's
a lot more articulation than it looks like. And it can hold guns.
And let's see. Let's get into here. There's a bit more Star Wars.
Hasbro is providing the droids you were looking for.
Yeah.
That's all the pre-orders. Yeah, we'll skip them because there's. I thought the SH Figuart stuff was in here, but I'm not seeing it.
I can't get excited about figure arts these days.
Well, they're doing a C-3PO and an R2-D2. The C-3PO is interesting, but again, C-3PO. How good can you really? I got my C-3PO for $3 at Ollie's. So
okay, it's C-3PO. You just need him to stand on the shelf with his arms at a 45-degree angle.
That's all he can do every time.
And I got him for $3 at Ollie's.
There you go.
Before we wrap up with our Kickstarter reviews, this one is actually really interesting. I never would have expected Mondo getting into vehicles.
Well, they got their Battle Cat coming out, so
I think it's going to be huge.
Mondo is going to be the thing to watch out for, because I think they're going for the ultra high-end market. Yeah. And they're going hard for it. And they're doing, instead of pulling things like, realistic looking figures like Hot Toys Sideshow does, they're going for the ultra tune aesthetic. Mm-hmm. And those who are collecting it, they are loving it. I mean, they're not action figures, but they're definitely fantastic display pieces.
Yeah. I think they're doing it as you remember it.
Yeah. These are the rose color. They're making you the figure that is the rose colored glasses, and I cannot wait for Super 7 to lose the license because, dear Lord, when they come out with when these guys make a Silverhawk, it will be fucking gorgeous.
Yeah. For anybody interested in the price of this, so the pre-orders go live on the 17th. So, not too much longer. They're going to go live on mondosshop.com. This thing brings in the hefty price tag of $395. Now, granted, it's a massive vehicle, despite it's a small vehicle for a figure, but it is 1/6 scale.
Yeah, as I said, this is for the disconcerting collector, and those who are going to have it are going to love it. And
it's got a stamp.
It's going to look dead sexy on a display, like it'll be in a shelf all itself in a detolf or whatever they're making these days.
I don't know if I can justify $400 for that.
Oh, I sure still can't. Not for He-Man, but I'm not that kind of guy. But there is that kind of guy out there.
Well, none of us are Masters of the Universe collectors. I know we have some in the chat, and Sportimus collects here, here and there. But I kind of envy them sometimes because like Mattel is like firing on all cylinders for anything they could want, any type of line that they want that they're getting. The Origins line is very affordable, and it's funny. Like, we talked about the Missing Link figures for Transformers, but if you're a Masters of the Universe fan, you can go get that sort of figure for what, $15?
Mm-hmm.
Then there's the Masterverse stuff where it's a step up from that. It's not hyper tuned, but it's kind of like this. It's as you remember it, and those are $20-$25 figures or $30. And
how hardcore do you want to go?
Yeah,
you can go there.
The problem is Hasbro isn't allowed to release them themselves for whatever reason. Takara Tomy is holding a chokehold on that and the Masterpiece. We could have been getting Masterpiece for way cheaper.
And we should have, because that's kind of a missing vision. And I say that about Masters of the Universe to say this, that's how you do your kids line, and they have a kids line. They have a line, and they're well-made figures. And I've actually seen kids excited for the Netflix He-Man stuff in the store. And then, the parents are like, oh, hey, you can get this too. They're introducing them to the Origins figures. We don't even cover we don't have any hate for Hasbro in here, but we don't even cover the mainline, like the when I say mainline, the kid line stuff anymore, because it's just so terrible. It's like objectively bad. Like, I have nephews, and I wouldn't get it for them because I know it's just hollow and crappy.
Much like my soul.
But unlike the Masterverse, like those are light. I mean, not Masterverse. The $15 He-Man stuff. Mm-hmm. This is a vast improvement over the original, I think.
Oh, definitely. Just the that paint work and all. There's a lot of love that's in this. Actually, we have one more before we get in and we wrap up on Kickstarter stuff. Let's look at this, because I know Mike. If he were here, he'd be really excited to talk about this. But this is.
I'm excited to talk about it.
That's right. You collect Valid too. This is their Bone Collector, the 100th figure.
And this looks utterly badass. And then they have to fucking do this. So right now, this is going to be a DFW exclusive figure. It was going to be a convention exclusive figure for the year. So unless you've got, so the only way to get it is to go to a convention initially. And then they're all blind boxes. And in the blind box of this run, 100 of them are going to be the bloody variants.
I think it looks cool, but I don't like the way the shoulder pads are like floating above his shoulders. That looks so weird to me.
Well, for me, I mean, one of the nice things now about Valiverse, it's a kind of I figured out his psychology on this one, because while this is a convention exclusive, you know it's gonna sell out. He knows it's gonna sell out, and then he's gonna order more, and then it is his routine, and it's a good routine. I won't say a bad thing about it, because all of a sudden then he becomes a hero of now saying, I'm going to take the convention exclusive and put it on my website to get, which is what he did with the Horde Troopers, what he did with Warpath Eclipse, and they're fantastic figures. So I am confident that if I can't get this figure from a convention, I will be able to get it from the website. I just might not be one of the first people to get it.
They re-released Pandora multiple times, right?
Pandora's she's had two, the initial run, and then they just did the re-release.
I kind of think that it would have been better if they just made the bloody version the convention exclusive.
Well, the thing is, I'm buying two, because I will bloody up one of them.
Unless you hit the lottery with the figure lottery.
Exactly.
All right, let's
they've only done one re-release. They've only re-released Pandora once, and they updated, just like they re-released Bone Collector, they re-released Carrick. But when he did these re-releases, he also did some subtle differences to it. He changed the uniform slightly. It wasn't a second run per se. With the Warpath Eclipse, he basically extended the run. With the Horde Troopers, he extended the runs. Yeah, the only thing if you miss at the place is the vac metals. Yeah. And I can always just spray paint the thing gold. It won't be vac metal, but it'll be glittery.
They have electroplating pens you can get now too. So one thing to keep in mind.
How much is that going to cost? How much is an electroplating pen?
Yeah, but you can use it for all kinds of customizations. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a one-time use thing. And especially if you're doing weapon customizations, that would come in pretty clutch. Because you can do gunmetal, you can do gold, you can do silver, chrome.
Something to consider.
Right. But yeah, I agree. It is an extra cost. All right, so for our Kickstarter updates, AWOC backer kits, the backer kit emails haven't been sent yet, but the first designs for the avian alternative heads and the avian weapon packs were revealed. And there we go there. It kind of looks like a Cardinals mascot. But this one's pretty cool.
Or a really bad Ravens mascot.
Well, I mean, if they were red, then yeah.
No, I'm looking at yeah.
Ooh, this here, yeah. But yeah, the weapon set's pretty cool. These are some cool jetpacks. And then you can see some of the silhouettes of... I want to cancel there. There we go. You can see some of the silhouettes of the other weapons that are in here. And the Titan says, love that they did the skull mask for the avian figure. And McClattering says that sculpt is a cardinal sin. Well, it's just a design.
I'll give him that one. I'll give him full credit for that one.
And then we also have one update for Savage Crucible. Let me see where that is in here. Do we have that in here? Let me double check. But Savage Crucible, actually, maybe this is just an update in text. Writing response to the possible ankle QC, the team is blown away by the positive reception of the first wave. We're aware of some legitimate complaints, issues with the ankles/toes. We're working on a more permanent solution with the factory. Plan on giving an update on the issue/solution on our YouTube show this Sunday. So give them a sub. Check that out. We will have a replacement solution for Wave 1 figures. Not to worry, we will not leave anyone falling on their face. Everybody's Wave 1 will be standing tall.
And if it stands for more than 4 hours, consult your local physician.
1 to 4 seconds.
So, and they'll actually be here in Maryland at the Toy Expo in June. So there's going to be an opportunity. Shoot, I think I have a graduation. Well, I have a graduation party to go to that day, so I will not be able to attend. I was like looking at my calendar. Yeah, we are like unfortunately like booked all summer. But Very cool. I'm sure Mike will be in attendance, and he will probably have some pictures from that expo.
I'm gonna go.
T-Man will have a toy hunt at that expo. Are they coming anywhere near you, Dave? Let's see. They're also they're going to be in Charlotte at Heroes Con, June 14th and 6th through the 16th.
I will probably be working that day.
Take it off now.
So, and they're also going to be at Joe Fest in Augusta, June 21st. They're really taking this on the road. Let me share this out. So, for anybody in the audience interested in following Savage Crucible, here's all the spots they're going to be at. Just go to savagecrucible.com, and they have their whole list of shows they're going to be in. Well, Mike's coming in saying you got a sickness, Dave, on that day.
You guys don't get it.
Well, no,
You were vomiting.
When you work,
I'm a commissioned salesperson. If I am not at work, I am not making sales. If I am not making sales, I am not making money. Therefore, I cannot afford to take a weekend off because I will lose literally probably $1,000 that way.
Unless you start selling grills at the toy convention.
Even the mouth time.
Actually, there is a store that I saw last time we were in Arundel Mills. They sell those.
We had a courier the other day. He had gold teeth, and I swear they were like overlapping. I was like,
That's probably the discount grill store in Arundel Mills. That takes us to the end of our news for tonight. I guess we'll go through what you guys got coming up that you want to promote. Dave, you got anything on your channel? I know you just put up a review today.
Yep, just got to put up my Duke review today. So I put up my Dukes, put up my Scarlets. Not sure what else I got in the pipeline for right now, but if you haven't hit my channel, please go by there, hit that subscribe button. I'm like 45 away from 500, which is awesome, but I need to get there. Please.
I currently have been trying to find Scarlet all this time because I have our little bag with our accessories, and I'm like, where the hell is she? And I need to find. She must be in Duke's bag because I don't see his accessories.
And that's how little falcons are made.
But I didn't film anything, so don't plan on saying anything from me tomorrow at least. Because I know after I get off here, I'm not doing jack shit without going to the bathroom like I have to do real bad right now.
Well, then we'll wrap up because I don't have anything that I wrote. I'm going to be doing Mother's Day stuff. My nephew's first birthday is on Saturday, so all family stuff. But with that brings us. Well, thank you. I'll let him know that I'll be like, hey, you don't watch YouTube yet, but I'll let you know T-Man978 wished you a happy birthday.
Okay.
But I am giving him his first Optimus Prime. I got him a Rescue Bot one, so I'm excited to see how he reacts to it. So with that, we'll wrap it up here. Thanks again to everyone in the chat who popped in. We love having you guys as part of our show. We wouldn't be able to do this without you. Princeton coming in, giving you some good vibes, saying, Dave, we'll get to 500 real soon.
Thank you. I appreciate the wishes.
So, as always, be a friend, tell a friend. Let everybody in the toy community know where you can find this show and all the associated shows. And if you haven't already, slam that like button. Helps us out in the algorithm. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you ring that notification bell. Do we have any figure reactions on the horizon?
Yes, but we're still waiting to hear back. But yes, we have a couple things cooking.
Good deal. So yeah, you want to ring that notification bell because if you miss this, that notification bell will let you know when we got bonus content coming up. Being subscribed, you'll see it in your subscription feed. So make sure you do that. And we are very close. Hopefully I'm hoping we can get to 1,000 subs by the end of the summer so we can finally get monetized, and it'll help us out with StreamYards and other stuff, getting the cast better equipment. So with that brings us to the end. Thanks for watching. We'll see you all next Thursday, 9 o'clock Eastern, right here on the Figure Action Podcast channel. And I hope everybody has a great weekend ahead of them. We'll see you all next time.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.